Thank you, my colleague Isaac. Our chief guest, our group director at NCBA and also the chairman of Kenya Bankers Association, Mr. John Gashora, the managing director and chief executive of Sunoida, Mr. Suleiman Dosani, distinguished members of NCBA senior leadership team, led by David Aboga, our group director of finance, Sunoida senior leadership team present, said by my friend, Mr. Sukrat, invited guest, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm delighted to be here and to give testimonials and what the experience has been with Sunoida. At first, when I was trying to prepare for this discussion or presentation, I was asking myself, am I overpainting the picture of who they are? But I think so far as what you have heard about them, for sure I will be very confident to say what I'm about to say, because the story has been consistent. I've listened to INM, and the story is the same. The experience we have also in NCBA is the same. And this experience is about a solution that we asked, and I think we got more than even what we bargained for, because initially we wanted revenue assurance solution. But we got two things. We got revenue assurance and we got tax assurance. So the two things I'll be talking about is revenue assurance and tax assurance. And I'm talking to many bankers. I think most of the rooms when I interacted with most of you, they are my fellow colleagues in the banking industry. And you know, the banking setup is, we have a lot of charges. We have interest income. We have transactional fees that we charge. We have also what we pay to our customers, interest expense. And all these are configured in very many variables. There are many variables that plays in the system. And so when this solution was being developed, it was to try and solve a problem that we are having about leakages, either from tax that we pay out of all these charges I've talked about, or from just system malfunction, our now core banking systems and other peripheral systems that we have. In case they malfunctioned, sometimes you'd lose income. So we approached Sunoida to give us a solution that would solve that problem. And at that point, you'd ask, what were we trying to solve for? One is we are trying to solve for customer experience. So it's always very painful that you charge a transaction to a customer, and then later on you come and tell the customer that we had charged you, or we overcharged you and you have to correct. That becomes a difficult conversation. Two, we obviously paid or employed to protect the shareholders. So we had then to also protect the revenue that the bank was generating. Sometimes when the customer is at a charge, they might not talk. But when they are overcharged, obviously they will talk. And then, as a good corporate citizen, we have to then to also pay our taxes. So this transaction, as I said, they actually generate some taxes. And mainly those taxes are, one is withholding tax on interest, and two, we have excise duties or VAT. There are many taxes that also come along. So all this, we wanted to be sure that we are collecting the taxes and also remitting the same to the regulators. And obviously, we wanted to have a system that is efficient, so a system that is fully automated. So we went out there and asked ourselves, who is the right partner then we should work with? And what were we looking for? And this is a journey that started in 2017. So we've had Sunoida since 2017 to date. Even when we were merging, with those who know about the NCBA history, we had them in one of our banks. And this is a solution that actually we said that we could not let go. There are many solutions that we dropped along the way, but there's a solution that we had to keep. We're looking for a partner who could, and I liked when the Sukrat, when you spoke, because I could see customer in his presentation. And actually, what you saw there is who they are. So we looked for someone who could actually demonstrate to us, because by that time they were not tested in the market for revenue assurance. So we looked for someone who could demonstrate to us that they had the capability to deliver. Two, we're also looking for someone who had the right pricing for the solution they're offering. And because obviously we wanted value for money. And then, as I said, capabilities from a system. So these are what you're looking for. So out of that partnership with them, since we got into a partnership, we've seen a lot of mutual respect. We've seen adaptability. We keep on changing. We keep on introducing new products. This system we're talking about here, it can adapt to the various products that we keep on rolling out. So I've seen a lot of shared commitments from them to what we are looking for. Cost integrity, and I want to emphasize on this. And not because they're in the room, because at least it's an experience that I can share openly. Today, a lot of service providers, especially in the tech industry, the minute you sign, the minute you go into an agreement with them, you find either you're forced to upgrade to another, and I know you can relate with this, to another system, and it's because they are telling you what you're asking for. You can't get it unless you sign to another higher version. I have not seen that with them. At least I can give credit for them. And two, their on-ground support has been very great. Every time you have to roll something, because we always have solutions that we are developing. They not only give us support us remotely, but also locally. And at some point, on enough times, they've given me a resource without an extra charge, especially when you find that you either, because of the many configuration and complexity in the systems, if they find that they need to be on the ground, they actually set them on the ground to come and help deliver. Their system, I've said already that it's quite flexible. It can adapt to many tariffs configuration. So the bankers in the room, their system has worked for us. So how has been the business impact from this since we deployed this solution? As you'd expect, one is enhanced profitability. Leakages, I'm not saying it was too much of leakages, but what we had is we had a system, a major system. We have had as a NCBA, we have had a lot of transformation along the way, be it the merger that we did. So that meant a lot of changes to our systems. And this system was able to help us just check that the way the system was being configured, we didn't have leakages. Two, and I didn't mention this, we were able to then timely collect any revenue that had been missed out. Concessionary, we normally give customers a lot of concessions, either because of either unique requirement for customers or different relationship. We are a bit flexible as a bank. So this system, despite how many concessionary tariffs you are going to give to your customers, you can configure it in a way that it can always help you to check that the customers that you've given these concessions, you're actually just charging them as much. I did talk about the transaction level tax compliance, and it's important to emphasize that we are able to track our excise duties, the tax, and VATs, and that obviously help us to avoid penalties. Then, from a planning perspective, this system gives us dashboard. I know I&M mentioned the same thing. This dashboard that we get from them that can help us to track how much revenues we've earned, and you can then use that for your strategic planning. It doesn't just work for our core banking system, this solution. We are able also to use the same solution to also validate the transactions in other peripheral systems that we have. We have so many other systems that are built around the core banking system. So this system is quite flexible and does give us that comfort and assurance that both taxes and revenues are being collected across all our systems, especially those who know a card system. I think some of you will be having the cards. All those are also built in this system. I have talked about the dashboards, and most importantly, from this system is customer satisfaction. We all do this at least to ensure that our customers remain happy with our offerings. So as I said, with minimal or eliminated errors in our charges, then our customers remains satisfied. So in summary then, what am I saying? I'm saying the experience that we have gotten from them. One is during the deployment. Their deployment takes quite a short period of time to deploy this solution. And I think that, to me, was a key requirement that I needed. And even if it extended because of our own unique complexities, they were able to do that without an escalation of cost. I've mentioned the solution is showing that the offer is both tax and revenue assurance. I've talked about the support, online support, and also on-site support. And as a result of all this, we've again signed them, and we are in advanced stages of rolling out. We actually are at the testing phase of rolling out the same solutions in our regional subsidiaries, that in NCBA Uganda, NCBA Rwanda, NCBA Tanzania. So it tells you our experience has been similar to what we have heard from the earlier presenters. As I conclude, allow me to use an African proverb that says, if you want to go far, go together. Okay? And this partnership has been exactly that this transformation journey with them, we have actually seen ourselves going fast. So I'm saying we also signed them up in our regional markets. So these success stories with them is not just a testimony of well-executed project, but a great partnership that we have had with Sunoida. So with that, if you want to go far, go together. Thank you, and have a great evening.